Hey there, I didn't see you come in. I was just looking off into the horizon, into the future. And in that future, I saw you with a six-figure sales funnel. Hey, what's up? Matt Ackerson here, and welcome to video 3 of the six-figure sales funnel training series. In video number 2, I taught you about the pieces of the puzzle to create a basic working sales funnel. I also gave you a few cheap, easy-to-use tools to help you create your foundation and follow up. In today's video lesson, I'm going to show you how to generate traffic even if you have little to no ad budget. And if that was all, that would be pretty awesome. But my friends, that is just the appetizer. Alright, welcome back to another crash course video lesson. In my last video, video 2, I shared with you my funnel blueprint, which works for growing an info product business, generating leads for professional services, or my favorite, a combination of both. I showed you the critical strategic mistake that marketers make when it comes to putting their offers in the best position to convert. I then taught you the 5 critical components necessary to any successful sales funnel. We reviewed each of these in depth along with the best practices and a few handy tricks of the trade. One of the most useful pieces, I'd say, was the easy 3-step formula for creating your first email sequence that addresses your prospects' most common objections. And it can be implemented in under 60 minutes. Finally, I gave you my top 4 cheap tool recommendations for creating your funnel's foundation with landing pages, opt-ins, pop-ups, and follow-up with email automation. Now here's exactly what I'm going to give you in today's crash course lesson. First, we're going to talk about the unexpected and surprisingly simple and free way to track your funnel. I'm going to demonstrate for you why a simple tracker will act like a compass for you to make smart, data-driven decisions as your funnel comes alive and you see traffic, leads, and profits roll in. Because without tracking, it'll be like you're flying blind. I'll explain a little-known reason why you actually won't feel much motivation to continue pushing forward without the tracker. Not only that, but I'm going to take you behind the scenes to show you the anatomy of a few 6-figure sales funnels we've helped past clients create using the exact training from the 6-figure sales funnel program. And I'll be sharing the juicy before and after revenue numbers with you. Then I'll demonstrate the final piece of the puzzle for you and show you how to fuel the main engine of your funnel by pumping in lots and lots of traffic. Not only that, but in this video, I'm going to blow up the hyped myth about quote-unquote free traffic from paid ads versus content marketing and give you my recommendation on why you want to start with one and then scale with the other. So we've got a lot of really important and useful ideas to cover. By the end of this video, you'll see how, when it comes to generating traffic, you don't need a ton of time to start generating real results from your funnel. You don't need to be an amazing content or copywriting genius. You don't need to spend a lot of money. You don't even need an ad budget. And you certainly don't need any special technical expertise. And as in the last video, I'll be moving at a fast pace to give you a lot of easy to implement action-packed strategies in a relatively short amount of time. So stay focused and jot down a note or two when you hear something that you want to use. If you haven't already watched the previous 2 training videos, I highly recommend that you click the links above to do that because they'll only be available for a limited time. The feedback I've been getting from these videos has really exceeded my expectations, and if you're one of the people who's written me to say so, then thank you. Alright, so first thing on the list, how to track your funnel. We'll start by talking about why tracking matters because frankly and unfortunately, it's one of those things that most marketers get wrong and that all successful marketers get right. I realize that a lot of people watching this, that the idea of tracking and numbers can seem actually quite boring, but that's also why you'll be pleasantly surprised at how simple my method is and the benefits that it gives you for minimal effort. So let's focus in for a few minutes. Now, the reason why most don't set up tracking the right way is either because they aren't sure what to track, or they think they have a handle on their stats across various apps like Google Analytics, or worst of all, they think it's all about taking big action and they can't be bothered with tracking because, hey, what's the point? The point is that funnel tracking done the right way gives you a clear bird's eye view of how traffic in your funnel is converting into money or not. By being able to see your funnel's numbers in one centralized dashboard, you can quickly identify bottlenecks that prevent the conversion into leads and sales at the bottom of your funnel. You'll spot and recognize trends instantly. You know exactly at any moment the answer to the important question, is my funnel generating profit? Most importantly, you'll be able to use the numbers in your tracker to make smarter, data-driven decisions about optimizing your funnel after it's launched. Because the harsh reality is, without a tracker, you're going to run into problems. It's going to feel like you're flying blind because you're not going to know if what you're doing is actually working. You're not going to know where the bottlenecks are, where to optimize, or where even to look. You'll be making gut decisions rather than data-driven decisions, and that will cost you potentially months of time and lost sales opportunities. Plus, here's one unexpected benefit to using the six-figure sales funnel tracking system, and this is based on simple human psychology. It's what I call creating a positive addiction, or a habit that just happens effortlessly and automatically. Think about it. If you could flip a switch in your brain that would make your work get done with almost no resistance or feeling of procrastination, would you want to do that? Of course. The tracker that I'm going to be explaining shortly helps you to build a positive addiction because it will show you the key numbers you need, like the pulse of a heartbeat, as your funnel comes to life. And that progress is going to feel validating. When you see that pulse or growth, this gives you the positive feedback and encourages and motivates you to implement the next piece of your funnel or optimization to drive more conversions. Now you can see all the benefits to tracking, so how do you actually do it? Well, the method I want to give you uses an age-old tool that was around even before the internet. This tool will help you bring together all your most important stats in one place. No app I found actually has ever been as effective at pulling together the right data from multiple sources or in just the right way. And thanks to Google, this tool is actually free. The tool, if you haven't already guessed by now, is an old school spreadsheet. If you have a Google account, you have access to Google Sheets, and you can go ahead and set up a proper funnel tracker there in less than 15 minutes. When you set up your tracker, it's important to get that bird's eye view of what's going on at any moment at each key layer of your funnel. Recall from video 1 how we talked about the 3 F's: foundation, follow-up, and fuel. For this reason, the top level stats we're tracking are traffic, leads and email subscribers, and gross sales revenue. Now I'll show you a tip for how to automate some of this and how frequently you'll want to update the spreadsheet tracker in a second. Let's assume though that you can pull all stats from a combination of sources, being Google Analytics, your leads and email subscriber counts from your ActiveCampaign email marketing tool, and your revenue numbers from your payment processor like Stripe. Some of the micro stats worth tracking are net new email subscribers, in other words, total number of new prospects, average conversion rate from unique visitor to subscriber, total unique sales that occurred, any refunds or failed charges being excluded, sales page conversion rate, and traffic to sales conversion rate. These microstats will help you answer questions like, how many new prospects actually converted in my funnel this week? What bottlenecks should I focus on? Is it traffic, or should I look to see how I can improve my email automation to better nurture leads and drive sales? Or is there a positive sales trend where both revenue and the total sales count are going up? Or did the sales count drop, but revenue stayed even, meaning the conversion rate dropped, but the average value of a new sale increased? You can see how the tracker will give you valuable insights like this and more. Now you might be asking, when should I update my stats in the tracker and how often? As far as the timeline for that, once a week is the right frequency. And you might be wondering, well, why once a week? Well, for a few reasons. First, you don't want to ever risk trapping yourself in analysis paralysis. It's important to know your numbers, but not so critical that you look at them all day, every day. You want to analyze them once a week and then strategize taking action. Second, it's not worth your time to do it more frequently than that, which relates to my third point. When you're creating your funnel, and when you have a funnel that works and you're optimizing it, meaningful changes will take at least a day or two and then longer before the effect of those changes will actually show up in the data. A quick tip to help you automate the collection of data, check out the tool Zapier or Dasheroo. Zapier can automatically email you a summary of your data once a week, and Dasheroo can connect together your data sources to help you visualize them in one place side by side. With your funnel up and running, your tracker will show you exactly where the prospects are getting stuck. Like a flag or a compass, the tracker is going to point you in the way of a new opportunity for growth every time. Simply identify the bottleneck, brainstorm, optimize, and review the stats the following week. We've used our own tracker here at AutoGrow to consistently grow our funnel at every level, from traffic to average email and sales conversion rates. For example, when we saw our conversion rate from visitors to email subscribers was a measly 2%, the tracker pointed this out and we focused on it and optimized. As a result, conversions more than tripled and today are at just under 7% across our entire site. This is part of how we were able to drive over 20,000 people and counting onto our email list in record timing. There's more to be said about how to use your tracker to make strategic decisions that will continuously grow the leads and sales your funnel brings you, but I'll cover some of that in video 4. Now I want to show you the numbers behind some real-world 6-figure sales funnels. I have 2 to 3 stories about past client successes. First up is Rick Martin from Authentic Martial Arts. Authentic Martial Arts is based in Largo and Seminole, Florida. And before becoming a client, Rick had a standard sleepy website that really wasn't doing much. He attended one of my webinars and saw that if he was going to make a connection between his business's bottom line and digital marketing, he would need a funnel to do that. Within 2 weeks, Rick had his first landing page and email funnel set up and had generated his first lead. I remember when he called me excited to explain how the prospect came in and was already basically pre-sold. Less than 6 weeks later, here's what Rick had to say. Quote, "We had 45 leads book appointments last month. Because of the funnel and the videos, the leads came in with the exact response I'd hoped for. Now, 45 may not sound like a lot, but for a service business like Rick's, and Rick told me to emphasize this when we told this story, the lifetime value of one student to Authentic Martial Arts is in the tens of thousands of dollars. And with a close rate of about 50% thanks to the funnel, well, you can do the math on that. The amazing thing was, and this illustrates the power of the 6-figure funnel process, he started seeing these results before he had all the components of his funnel implemented. Then there was Mike Callow of Life of a Fighter, who is a fitness and nutrition coach based in Long Island, New York. Life of a Fighter was selling info products and services to clients, and before becoming a client, his business was generating over $3,000 per month. But after he set up his first funnel, in a matter of a weekend, while watching football in fact, his revenue grew to over $20,000 per month in a matter of 8 weeks. Finally, how about an example of a B2B business selling software consulting services to high-end Fortune 500 companies like Revlon, Xerox, and American Express? That's excelhelp.com, founded by Russell Calmer about 5 years ago. His business grew quickly, hitting the 7-figure mark within the first 3 years. Before becoming a client, Russell was projecting his first annual revenue loss of 10% for the year. After setting up his funnel to qualify and convert prospects, well, within 60 days, they had multiple 5- and 6-figure clients, and revenue growth at the end of the year was up over 30%. With all this talk of numbers, it begs the question, how are we pumping traffic into the funnel in the first place? Well, we want to fuel your sales funnel with traffic via content marketing. Content marketing is the process of creating valuable written resources, usually in the form of a blog post, and using that as a value-added way to promote your brand with growing inbound traffic. But why not ads? At least not to start, you ask? Well, that brings me to the myth of ads and why you shouldn't believe the hype. Some other marketing gurus, some of whom I respect, and others a little bit less so, tend to talk about using paid ads to drive traffic as if it was a religion. They tell you nonstop, oh, you put in $1 and you get $2 out, and when you do that, magic happens. And you can quickly scale your sales funnel to the moon, get rich, and partied up in Ibiza. I'm here to tell you that's a nice idea, but it's not true because it's never that simple. And you can probably guess that anyway, right? Because if it was so simple as to turn on paid ads once you have a funnel to sell your product or service, there would be a lot more millionaires out there, but that's just not the case. Maybe it was the case, and maybe it was that easy 5 or 10 years ago when AdWords and Facebook ads were a brand new thing, but today there's a ton of competition. So you have to be more strategic if you want to avoid wasting time and wasting money. For instance, some gurus would have you believe it's as easy as investing just $50 and then reinvesting the profits from that over and over again to achieve consistent leads, sales, and compounding growth. The truth that they leave out of the equation is that there's usually a process of learning and optimization, and it's rare that you can turn on ads and instantly make a profit. So that brings me back to content marketing, which doesn't cost you anything to get started, so it's perfect if you're on a budget or just not a paid ads expert like most of us. You see, content marketing can bring you traffic today, tomorrow, and months into the future from a single article. This sustainable source of traffic gives you an edge over competitors who have to invest time hustling for leads using a variety of other methods they've cobbled together. The quality of the leads and the level of engagement will often be higher compared to when you're paying to acquire each visit. And when you follow a proven template, it takes significantly less time than the hours you'd spend banging your head against the wall by starting with paid ads as you watch your bank account get sucked dry. More importantly, there's a critical reason why using content marketing is the best opportunity for you to grow your business right now. First, according to a recent study, over 90% of marketers reported that they were using content marketing to drive leads and traffic, whether they were selling an info product or services, whether they were selling to businesses or consumers. However, here's the opportunity. The opportunity is that most are doing a terrible job at it. You may have seen an example of this if you've ever come across one of those 500-word blog posts that are so general and cliche and empty of any personality or value. And according to research from Noah Kagan and CoSchedule, 9 out of 10 blog posts receive less than 100 shares. This means that the vast majority of content drives little to no traffic or just isn't being read by anyone. You can see how this is a massive opportunity because many marketers see the value of content, but few recognize how to do it the right way. And to do it the right way, you need to start with a proven system. You need to start with a system like the one that I developed at AutoGrow to grow our business from 0 to over 20,000 inbound visitors every single month and receiving over 1,000 leads per month as a direct result. Here's what a content marketing system gives you. When you use a content marketing system, or CMS for short, like the one I've developed as part of the 6-figure sales funnel training program, you'll be able to publish as little as 1 article per quarter, and that single piece of content will be your springboard to gushing traffic and leads flowing into the middle and bottom stages of your funnel. A content marketing system gives you the exact step-by-step framework you need to research and choose a topic that appeals directly to your target prospects, to know how and what to write in a way that is so simple, it's as easy as a paint-by-numbers picture, and how to promote the content once it's published. But here's what happens without a content marketing system in place. First, you'll be building your funnel in a way that puts you at the mercy of Google's and Facebook's ad rates. Every website visitor will be a cost to your business, and if the cost per visit from ads go up, you could instantly go from being profitable to break even or at a loss. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not against ads. I just think that if you're bootstrapping your business, you shouldn't believe in the myth that ads are such an easy thing. The truth is, ads do work, but you need the right strategy. It's preferable if you first start with content marketing to flow traffic into your funnel. This way, you'll see the funnel working, know the conversion numbers, and when you're ready to scale up, you can go into ads, you can buy all the traffic you can afford with the peace of mind that you know exactly how what you're spending is going to produce a consistently profitable result thanks to the funnel and existing traffic that you tracked. If your business is at the point where time is more valuable than money, here is my advice for setting up ads with minimal risk. First, focus on Google AdWords. Unlike Facebook, there is a direct intent behind what people are searching for there. Second, find and focus your budget on keywords that have clear qualifiers for purchase intent in them. A qualifier is just an added word or phrase to the keyword that shows a person has a direct interest in what you're selling. For instance, if someone is searching for a product like blue widgets, but their search phrase is blue widget pricing, this is a commercial keyword phrase. They're looking to buy. They are on the edge of making a purchase decision. So this would be the perfect time to send them to your sales page. A similar example is for a service business. If someone searches for copywriting expert or copywriting consultant in New York City or copywriting for landing page service, all those words like New York City, expert, or service are qualifiers that indicate the person behind the search phrase likely wants to invest in a service. So that's your shortcut to getting started with ads the low-cost way and the right way, whether that time is now or depending on where you're at in your business after you've already brought in traffic from turning on your content marketing system. Alright, so quick recap. In video 1, we learned about the law of alignment, the 3 F's framework, and the order in which your funnel needed to be constructed and why. In video 2, I showed you how to create the foundation and automated follow-up for your first funnel and gave you a copy of the funnel blueprint we used with our clients. We went in depth on each of the 5 key pieces of the blueprint, how they fit together, and also gave you my top tool recommendations to show you it's easy, fast, and more affordable than you think to get started. And in this video, I demonstrated for you the importance of tracking and how it helps you to make smart, data-driven decisions about where to take your funnel next. I showed you which stats are worth tracking and gave you an easy template to follow when you set up your spreadsheet. I also gave you 3 case studies of very different yet real-world clients who had used the 6-figure sales funnel techniques here to create their own successful funnels. Then I showed you how to pump in traffic and why content marketing is your best option to start with, because it's cheaper, more sustainable, and the quality of leads you will get will often be higher than if you were to go straight to paid ads. So what's next? Well, as I'm sure you already know, this free funnel training video series is leading up to the launch of my new training program by the same name, the 6-figure sales funnel. I created this free series because I wanted you to see that it's possible to create a working, profit-producing funnel for your business without any weird or scammy tricks, and that you would be able to do it faster and cheaper than you may have otherwise thought possible. I also wanted you to get a feel for my ability to teach you this useful information and to see how I and others have successfully used what I teach you here to create 6-figure sales funnels across a number of different markets and different types of businesses. So here's the thing. The response I've been getting to these videos is much more than I would have ever expected. And I'm really grateful to everyone who has been leaving comments and writing me emails thanking me for this free training. I'm super appreciative of that, but I know there may be some people out there who may want some sort of get-rich-quick or silver bullet to make money magically solution, and I want you to know that's not me and that's not what I'm looking to offer you. I want the right people to join the 6-figure sales funnel training program, people with the right mindset and the right attitude. The 6-figure sales funnel training program is going to cover much more than I was able to in these videos. It's going to cover how do you do market research and pick your niche for maximum conversions, how do you set up your landing pages, how do you design your website funnel and all the tools needed for that, the exact formula that you need to create content that drives a flood of traffic into your funnel and converts that into real leads, sales, and profits consistently. It's also going to cover how to write the copy for your email sequences, how to write the copy for your landing pages, how to set up your retargeting pop-ups, how to space and pace your emails, how to write the perfect eye-catching title for your content, and much more. But the 6-figure sales funnel training program is not for everybody. That's why in the next video, I'm just going to lay it all out for you step by step, and I'm going to spend some time explaining who the program is right for and who it is not a fit for. This way you can decide if the program is right for you. So if you're excited like I am, do me a favor and leave a comment with your feedback below. And I will see you in video 4.